Cowboys and Bears. The Raiders is probably the fairest trade, and the Saints are probably the best destination. The Raiders can give up Carr and 3 firsts. You know what? Let's stop the music here, because I gotta really make a point here. Because I know this doesn't sound fair. I mean, Carr for Wilson is not fair. But the Seahawks have to build that O-line. So if you give up Carr and 3 firsts, which will turn into 3 O-linemen, that could go a long way for the Seahawks. They have DK Metcalf, who will eventually be a top 5 receiver. I don't know if he is now, but I know eventually he will be. And their defense isn't too bad. There are certain positions. You know, last year they went on like a 4 or 5 game stretch where they gave up less than 20 points. So their defense has potential. So I guess like a couple defensive players and reshuffle that O-line. And that's what those 3 first-round picks can do. And then you get Derek Carr, who doesn't turn it over. He'll be getting Metcalf, and he really doesn't have a receiver down in Oakland. And he's already played with a bad O-line. So, I mean, even like the first year, he'll succeed. And it's a fair trade, and Gruden and Pete Carroll have the power to make it happen. They're the 2 coaches with the most power in the NFL. So another thing about Wilson, I'm going to do the 4 best places for Russell Wilson and the 4 best trades for Seattle. So it's going to get complicated here. So the best places for Wilson. 4th is the Raiders. Like I said, they don't really have a number 1 receiver. Their O-line is not very good. They have Josh Jacobs, which is good, and he has potential, but that's about it. Their defense is a little rough around the edges. It would just be really him and Josh Jacobs. They went 8-8 last year. I don't know how, but they did. So that would be the worst case scenario for him, considering he doesn't like getting hit too much. I mean, let's look at how many sacks Derek Carr had last year. I mean, he was only sacked like 26 times, but I mean, see, some of the stats don't have the whole story, so you have to kind of look at, like, advanced stats, like how many times was he pressured. Probably a lot. Their O-line's not that good. So, number 3 is the Cowboys. The Cowboys, they got a great receiving core. Their O-line's pretty good. Zeke Elliott, maybe he has a bounce back year next year. But their defense really needs work. It really does. So, Wilson is frustrated with getting hit too much. And I don't know if he'll get hit that much. I don't know if he'll get hit that much in... okay, he's not going to get hit more than he already is. So that's a plus for him. He's not for Seattle, at least. He's not going to be getting hit more than he already is. So Dak was sacked 10 times in 5 games. That's twice a game. Alright, so he would have been sacked like 32 times. Alright, but I think Wilson will be fine with that, but I just think the Bears and Saints are just better. I don't think there's anything wrong with the Cowboys. Nothing against them, but Bears and Cowboys and Saints, my bad, are the best destination. So number 2 is the Bears. Super Bowl level defense. I think they have a good coach. I don't think Nagy's a problem. Maybe one offensive lineman away, and they have Allen Robinson. So he has a star receiver, a talented running back in David Montgomery, a Super Bowl level defense, and a good head coach. That's a Super Bowl contender tomorrow. The Saints would be possibly a Super Bowl champion. Michael Thomas is a good receiver. I don't care about the slants. He's a good receiver. Alvin Kamara is a top 5, top 3 running back. Their O-line's pretty good. They have a Super Bowl winning head coach, and they have a top 5 defense. That's possibly a Super Bowl winner. So for Russell Wilson, it's 4 Raiders, 3 Cowboys, 2 Bears, 1 Saints. Alright. Sorry, I'm just doing this. I'm just doing math in my head real quick. Alright. So the best for Seattle. Number 4 would be the Saints, because the Saints are in cap hell. And I don't think there's any player that they would want to offer. Because I think they already, because they don't have a very high pick. They don't have a lot of picks for the future. Like I said, they're in cap hell. And, these other 3 teams have more to offer. So, the Bears are the 3rd best. Just because they don't have... Sorry about that. Just because the Bears, they'd have to trade Mitch Trubisky, which is not very appealing. And they're kind of middle of the road when it comes to draft picks, so they're probably the 3rd best destination. So number 2 is the Raiders. Carr and 3 firsts would be a good option there. The Raiders, I know I said they're probably the fairest trade, but I actually forgot I actually came up with a better trade for, Prescott. Because they have the highest pick of the 4 teams at number 10. They have other picks to give up, and Dak Prescott is the best quarterback out of all these 4 that are going to be offered. Trubisky, Winston, Carr is good, but he's not as good as Prescott. So, give up Prescott and 2 picks, including the 10th pick this year. I think that would be fair. So, the Cowboys, the Saints, they have the best team. They're the best place for Wilson and the worst place for Seattle. Alright. So, let's try predicting this. I'm gonna say the okay. He's not gonna get traded, but he's not gonna get traded. Let's just set this straight. Russell Wilson is gonna be a Seattle Seahawks next year. He'll be a Seahawks next year, but if under the crazy circumstance in which he gets traded, I'm gonna say the Cowboys. Any of these teams would be great. I'm gonna say Cowboys or the Bears. No, probably the Bears. I'm gonna say the Bears. The Bears are just because the Bears, they're actually looking to move off of their quarterback. The Cowboys aren't. All right, so. All right. How many more topics do I have? 3. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, and baseball. Okay. Ow. Sorry, my toe hurts. Ow. Crap, I just banged myself. Alright, I'm sorry. This is a disaster right now. So, Wilson, Sorry, I'm getting music going. But, Wilson is not going to get traded. But, as a person who wants to be an analyst, going to have to learn to talk about stories I don't really believe in just to shake things up. So, alright, here we go. So apparently the Brady's knee problem will have him out until June. That's more serious than expected. He'll be fine. I think the reason we're talking about this is because he's Tom Brady and he's never had a problem other than his injury in 2008. So he'll be fine. It just sounds like an old man knee scope, as far as I know it. So he'll be fine. He'll be ready for next season. And, obviously the rapid reaction for me was going to be the Bucs are going to repeat, but I'm going to adjust that, probably after free agency. Alright. So apparently, there's this Hard Knock series for, what is it? It's a documentary for the NFL, as you guys know. So the Cowboys, Panthers, Cardinals, Broncos, and Giants are candidates for it. I think you got to give it to the. I think the Panthers and Broncos are the least interesting. The Cowboys, they got Jerry Jones. Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott are interesting. The Cardinals would be close too, because Kyler Murray seems like the real deal, but it might be Kingsbury's last year. The Giants are interesting too. They got Joe Judge. He's been with Saban and Belichick, so he's an interesting guy. And this might be Jones' last year as a Giant too. So those three teams are interesting. I don't really care who gets it. I'm not going to make a prediction, but Giants, Cowboys, or Cardinals would be great. And it's just training camp, so nothing too crazy. Alright. So, Cameron Jordan, phenomenal defensive end for the Saints, said that Winston will start over Hill, according to Sean Payton. Now, he should. He's proven he's more than capable. So, I have a stat. There were only 8 quarterbacks last year. I think I counted that right. Was it 8? Let me check this. Yeah. 8 quarterbacks last year that threw for at least 30 touchdowns and 4,000 yards. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Tom Brady, Kirk Cousins, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson. Rodgers was the MVP. Mahomes and Allen were candidates. Brady won the Super Bowl. Watson and Wilson are top 5 quarterbacks. Herbert won Offensive Rookie of the Year. The outlier is Kirk Cousins. So all of those guys did something this season that was impressive. So 30 touchdowns and 4,000 yards is a great stat. Winston threw for 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns last year. People just ignore that because he threw 30 picks. We have to calm down here. He threw for 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. And in Sean Payton's system, you're not going to throw 30 picks in Sean Payton's system. So, like I said, only 8 quarterbacks this year threw for 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. Rodgers won MVP. Mahomes was a candidate for MVP. Josh Allen was a candidate for MVP. Justin Herbert won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Brady won the Super Bowl. Watson and Wilson are top 5 quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins is a talented quarterback that doesn't get recognition. So, Jameis Winston's a lot better than people want to admit, especially in the Saints system now. In Sean Payton's system, he'll do well. Trust me. Alright, so that will be it for the NFL side of things. Yeah, that's right, MLB time. Shoot. Yeah, that's not the team I want. There we go. Alright, so we're probably gonna have a half-hour podcast. As I predicted, see, very intuitive. Very intuitive. You gotta listen to me. I'm very intuitive. I know everything. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so... Alright, where's... MLB. Alright, let's get some of the news for today. What do we got here? Come on, Manfred. Alright, damn. This is nice. Alright, okay. Here we go. Let's start. So the Cubs are bringing back Tepera on 1 year, $800K deal. He had a 3.92 ERA last year in 20 and 2/3 innings. He received an MVP vote last season, kind of he's 33, but 1 year deal seems fine for him. He's not a bad pitcher, but 1 year deal, pretty good. So Kevin Herrera,